On this episode of High Voltage Diesel, we are going to show that we are not the same.
He's absolutely sloshed. What's happened?
We are not the same as the guys. They go to the dealership and buy a brand new Camaro or a brand new Challenger or even a brand new Charger. And then on their way back from the dealership, after their loan is maxed out, now they get their credit card and then they buy brand new diamond rings. And then brand new Rolex watches, Gucci hats, just to show that, look who I am. I'm awesome. I'm top of the world. Now, we're not here on this episode of High Voltage Diesel to make fun of anybody or call anybody out. I'm just making a statement. Here at High Voltage Diesel, we have a dumpy garage filled with junk. Everything that you see is a hand-me-down. Everything. Well, there's a couple things I bought brand new. Come on, like the grinder and stuff, but everything, even the rust on the floor is hand-me-down stuff. Instead of going to the dealership and buying a brand new Impala, how's it pronounced anyway? We are using our skills to make perfect fitting patch panels for the 70 Chevy here. What I got is a piece of sheet metal, a rotted out junk car, and some junk tools, and we're gonna make this car look sweet. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna have that stereotypical person parked next to us at a car show with a dealership fresh Camaro, and they're gonna win first place. And nobody will even look at this car. But you know what? I don't care. That's not what it's all about. We do this stuff because here at High Voltage Diesel, we're a different breed. And with that being said, I sure hope that you guys enjoy this video and I get millions of views so I can go to the dealership and buy a brand new Camaro. Before we do anything here, we have to take our air grinder and we have to match the pitch. Yeah, sometimes doing stuff the old-fashioned way, you know, you bust your knuckles, you get paint on your hands, and you just cut yourself, and you get really frustrated sometimes. But that's all right. You just keep on plugging along, and eventually you'll get there. So now that we have our patch panels all fitted in just perfect, and then we'll gloat for like 3 hours on how perfect we are and how we know everything. After that, now it's time to weld that baby in. Oh yeah, only if you could see it in real life. Whatcha? All right, look at that. Look at this fine rotted out pile of junk. This thing belongs right in the junkyard with all the rest of them. Man, I'm gonna admire that crappy work. Oh yeah. I got a little bit of a heat warp here. No big deal. We'll just put 18 gallons of Bondo in there. We turn this thing into a rotted out piece of junk to a solid piece of junk. All right, so now we got our flap disc on here and we're gonna flapjack all our booger welds. Woo! Here at High Voltage Diesel, we practice absolutism because everything is an absolute piece of junk. Look at this. This is where the patch is right here. This was all rotted out. Thing was a rotted out piece of junk. I mean, this thing just looks spicy. Had a big rot hole right there. I made a patch for that. Nice and factory looking. I think it looks pretty darn good. Got a little bit of a bow right there from where we got her a little hot, but that's all right. 46 gallons of Duraglass will just fill that right in. Got a couple little things to do yet, but for the most part, we are in good shape here. Really stinks that this car's got so much surface rust on it. Some bonehead just decided to do it and then decided it was too much work and put it outside. And it got all rusty. And that surface rust is really hard to work with. You know, this garbage here that fell off the garbage truck seems to work pretty darn good for this. All you do is you take some of it and put it on your scuff pad. You really don't even need a scuff pad. And you just simply apply it. Just a real thin coat. You don't have to put 1,800 gallons of it on there. Because I tell you right now, this stuff's pretty darn pricey. But I think it's worth it. In about 24 hours, all this rust right here will just turn black. And, well, actually, this whole quarter will turn black. You'll see that if you actually like me enough to go back and look at my other video where I just did the roof on this pile of junk. I used that stuff on the roof and it worked really good. So I expect the same result. With all this rust right here, it'll turn black. And then they say that you could just paint right over it, which we're not going to do. We'll DA it again. Man, I am just gloating over my nice body job here on this. Looks beautiful with these patches. We saved it. We're rescuing this barn find car. We want to start taking things that are no longer economically viable.
I'm not economically viable.
And making them even less economically viable. I hope you enjoyed this episode of High Voltage Diesel. We're not gonna finish this. Oh, I know. So I did all this. I made this whole video in one night. So this is gonna be kind of like a one-night episode kind of thing. And I want you to let me know if you like that kind of stuff. Because, you know, we're not like big TV people here. And it's just impossible to get this car done in one episode like you normally see on the TV shows. It takes time. Everything you've seen took about 6 hours. So, yeah, I'm definitely not as lively as I was when I started because, man, ooh, I'm really feeling it, and I've had enough. And I gotta get videos out for you guys to watch, otherwise you complain. So, you wait and you just find out what I'm gonna do with these holes. You're gonna be mortified. Well, that's enough babbling. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this episode of HVD. We will hopefully see you in the next one. End of transmission.